All right, well, I got 12 o'clock on the dot, so I will go ahead and share my screen and we will get started. Today, we are going to talk about No Walk Weekends. It's one of the new initiatives with Boost Mobile. And basically, if you look at your guys' sales over the years, the biggest selling days we have by far are coming on our weekends. So we want to maximize that traffic on our weekends. Let me make sure everyone can see my screen okay.
We've
I will
got
get
you.
started. All right. All right, guys. So no walk weekends. You're going to start hearing a lot about it. This is probably the first time you heard about it right now. Because you know what, at DCI, we are quick to move and quick to get on the ball. And this is coming from Boost. It's going to be their next big thing. And so let's get ahead of this and let's start talking about it now. So we are prepared for these no walk weekends and we can implement some of these practices today to maximize the traffic coming in your doors for Black Friday weekend, for Christmas weekend, and really moving forward, right? So the thought process behind no walk weekends is to make sure we're maximizing the traffic in your stores for higher sales, right? We want to ensure that every customer is engaged and converted into a sale. No walk weekends is essentially means any customer that walks in your door should not walk out of your door without a purchase. And that does count your payment customers as well. We need to convert those payment customers into upgrades, into add-lines, into new cases, new screen protectors. We need to make sure they're getting a purchase while they are in your store. We want to drive that performance across all levels, from a frontline sales rep to a manager to an owner. No walk weekends is something we want everybody to embrace. Okay. As I mentioned, the highest foot traffic for the week for you guys is on the weekends. If you look at the shopper track reports, you're seeing the most door swings are happening on your Fridays and Saturdays. It's when more families and groups are shopping together, and there's more opportunities for those multi-line sales. And it's not just Boost, right? Our competitors are targeting the weekends as well, and they've been getting ultra aggressive out there. I know I've had multiple markets in the Chicagoland area where we're having competitors' trucks come park right in front of our Boost stores, saying something like, hey, switch over to Total Wireless. And they'll sit there and they'll park right in front of the Boost store with their big switch to Total Wireless, no hidden fees or whatever kind of agenda they're promoting there on their trucks. And for me, I'm pretty aggressive. Someone's doing that to my store, guess what? I'm gonna get my vehicle wrapped and be parked in front of your store the next day, right? So we need to get competitive, roll our sleeves up there, get aggressive, and make sure we are crushing the sales opportunities coming to us each and every weekend. It's that mindset that we're trying to get ingrained in all of you guys, to have that zero walk mindset. Where does that start? It starts with that greeting. If the customer walks in your door within 5 seconds or within 5 feet of them walking in, they should get greeted. We need to make sure we're acknowledging any customer that's waiting in your store. Don't let anyone sit around there. It all starts with the greeting, right? That zero walk mindset. That customer comes in, that's going to be a sale for you. When they come in your door, welcome to Boost. My name's Adam. What brings you in today, right? I'm going to give my name. I'm going to get their name, give them the greeting, and start that sales process. And if it's, if you're busy and you're with a customer, it's super important that you acknowledge the customer waiting, because think about it. If you go to like any big box store, if you're at a Best Buy and they're busy and no one's helping you, you're going to leave. You're going to go somewhere else, right? The same thing happens at your Boost stores. There's a lot of Boost stores out there. There's a lot of wireless stores out there. If we're not greeting that customer and they say, hey, we'll be with you in just a minute, and they come in and they're looking around our store and maybe they're looking at price tags, and hopefully they're correct, right? Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't, but hopefully your price tags are accurate. But if you're not giving them that value of acknowledging them, then those customers are more likely to walk. We want to make sure they're engaged immediately. And if they have any questions, we are taking care of those questions right away. No one is leaving our store without a sale, or at the very least, understanding the value of what Boost has to offer. Some of the other store prep needed for no walk weekends is making sure that you guys are fully stocked with accessories and sim inventory. So why is that important? Well, let's look at this week, for example. We have Thanksgiving on Thursday, and what always happens around Thanksgiving is your UPS shipments get delayed. So if you want to make sure you're stocked up for Black Friday weekend, what I would not be doing is waiting until Wednesday to make your phone orders, hoping that they're going to come in on Friday, because Thursday's a holiday. Friday, hopefully they get there, but UPS has those delays when holidays come. So I would be ordering today on Monday. So if you're watching this and you haven't placed your inventory order for the week yet, let this be your call to action, right? Place that order right now. At the very latest, order on Tuesday, which is ideal too, because then hopefully you have it by Wednesday. But at the latest, then you should get it in time for the weekend. But do not wait. Do not be a last minute person. Do not, if you normally order on Wednesdays for the weekend, thinking, hey, you got Thursday and Friday. Remember, this week's a little bit different because of the holiday. So make sure your store is fully stocked. You have the accessories, you have your SIM inventory. Which, side note, on that SIM inventory, you guys are probably going to see a bigger push on the Rainbow SIMs. Boost is going to, in Elevate, start to recommend the Rainbow SIMs. Why? Because those Rainbow SIMs can also roam on the AT&T network. This gives Boost more control over the customer's data, over our promotions, and it's more profitable because we're on our own network, right? So you're going to see that shift in your Elevate, so make sure you guys have plenty of those Rainbow SIMs. Make sure your store is clean, organized, and then that high energy environment piece. That is important for your weekends, that you guys have that high energy, because if you go into a store, and we're talking about a no-walk weekend, you want to make your customers feel excited and build that shopping behavior. If you think about it, even like when you go to the supermarkets, you go to the supermarket and there's a nice song playing, you're like, oh, you know, put you in a little bit of good mood, a little bit more of a buying mood. If I walk into a store and there's nothing playing at all, especially if you got like 5 or 6 people in the store and there's no music, it's uncomfortable, right? It's like there's like an uncomfortable silence, right? So you need to make sure you have some music playing, appropriate music. Make sure that your store is looking nice, it's looking clean. Pride of ownership, right? Every employee, you're kind of like a part owner of that store. Your employee have that pride of ownership. This is where I work. I want this to look amazing. I want this to look like my house. That's if you keep a house. If you're a messy person at home, then not like your house, not like your parents' house, right? But make sure that store is clean. It looks great. And for the weekends especially, make sure your staffing is optimized. If there's any managers on this call, take a look at your staffing for the week. Do you have at least double coverage on your Fridays and Saturdays, if not triple coverage? Basically, no single rep coverage. We don't want single rep coverage on a Friday and Saturday because the sales numbers dictate those are our busiest days, and we do not want anyone to walk, especially because the employee was engaged with somebody else. They were taking too long. I'm leaving and going somewhere else. That's the worst, right? So make sure that never happens at your guys' stores. Make sure your promos are displayed clearly and consistently so that everyone can come in and see the offers you guys have in your stores. Now, some engagement tactics that are going to work. One, use those demo devices. There's a reason why your stores are designed in that U shape, where they come in, they walk around the left side of your store, and you have all your demo devices right there. If you're not putting those demo devices in those customers' hands, it's a huge miss. This is something when we come in to do side-by-side selling, we're going to keep an eye on and seeing if we're talking to your customers, are you putting those demo phones in the customer's hands? Are you showing a couple cool features of those phones? That's what gets customers to buy, right? If I look at something like just like a regular phone, it's like, oh, that's a regular dummy phone, doesn't do anything. Like they all look pretty similar, right? You need to be able to have that phone on and show what that phone does and show that sense, show the cool features on it to start creating those buying behaviors. Also, present the total solution. If you want to maximize your closing rate, you need to be able to pitch that total out the door solution. So if I was just talking to a regular customer and we're talking about a rate plan, it could be, it's going to be $58 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, data plus protection. But that $50 a month is not that total solution. You want to make sure you have the setup fees, your add-ons, your accessories, give them that out the door price. So you can use both. It's going to cost you, it's going to be unlimited talk, text, data plus protection for $58 a month. And today your out the door price is $162. That counts your setup fee, your case, your screen protector, and your first month of service. But after that, every month it'll be $58 thereafter, right? Give that total solution. Let them know the out the door price and the monthly sales price. And then assume that sale with confidence. That assumption close is my go-to. That works so well, guys. I just used it with device protection, right? When I tell the customer the rate plan, the monthly fee, right? Unlimited talk, text, data for $58 a month. Or if it's an iPhone, unlimited talk, text, data plus protection for, $72 a month if it's a $60 rate plan, right? You're going to bundle those prices together. But when you position it that way, unlimited talk, text, data plus protection for $58 a month, it's just, okay, got it. The customer understands it. They don't have any questions about it. They're going to roll with it. If that same customer, whether it be an iPhone or whether it be an Android phone, but that same customer, you tell them it's $50 a month for your rate plan and you say, do you want to add insurance? How much is that? Oh, $8 extra or $12 extra, right? They're going to say no. It's really in presenting that total solution. Give them that price that they're going to have, out the door and then give them that price that they're going to have per month and assume that sale with confidence. They call it the assumption close because I'm going to assume that customer wants device protection. I'm going to make them tell me no. And when they tell me no, I'm not going to accept that first no. I'm going to overcome the objection. So when the customer says, no, I don't need device protection, my first thing says, hey, look, I hear that a lot, right? But the thing is, most customers drop their phone within the first 30 days. And if I don't add it for you now, you're not going to be able to get it down the line. You're getting a great deal on this phone. This is a $600 phone. You're getting for as low as $50 or whatever the phone is you're offering, right? Give them that high price and then give them that phone price of the phone. This is a $600 phone. You're getting for as low as $50. I want to make sure you leave that phone protected. Otherwise, if you break it and you come back in, it's going to cost you $600. So let's have your phone protected today when you walk out. If you have any issues next month when you pay your bill, if your bill's too high, let us know. We can always take it off down the road, but I can't add it. So let's just have it. We're going to have it on there for you today. All right. Assume that customer's going to want it. You know, if you give them that pitch, they're probably going to say, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll try it out, right? If they're firm on a no, try to overcome that objection the third time. You can give them another example. Hey, I know that you think this is a lot, but if you look at that cost per day, like on the $8, if you look at $8 divided by 30 days, you know, you're paying, you know, about a quarter a day, a little more than a quarter a day to have your phone protected. Isn't that peace of mind worth having that? Knowing that if your phone's lost, stolen, destroyed, no matter what happened, you can get that phone replaced. Overcome objections. Assume that sale with confidence and close. ABC, always be closing, right? Coffee's for closers, guys. And that's what the weekend's about. It is about closing sales and closing all those customers that are walking into your store. And if you have a remote sales kit and these aren't out every weekend, what are we doing with them, right? You know, the remote sales kits are huge. If you guys don't have a remote sales kit, I think they have a couple of them that are floating around there with your ISMs you can ask for. And then you can reach out to us at DCI too. We can get you on a list for the next round. I know they sold a bunch of them at last year's summit. I imagine that same thing's going to be coming again at next year's summit. But man, these remote sales kits are so great because literally you have everything you need to do an activation on site. So you don't have to be at your store. You could go to a check casting place or anywhere your customers are going to gather, and you can build those partnerships for ongoing weekend traffic. You can turn every location into a micro boost storefront. And if you think about it, right, today's customers aren't coming into your store necessarily the exact same as they were 5 years ago, right? Or think back to pre-COVID times. It was a totally different world. Everyone's coming in. Now a lot of customers' buying behaviors are changing. So we need to go to where the customers are. Yes, customers are going to come into your store, but what about those customers that aren't coming into your store? How are we getting them, right? Remote sales kits is how you get those customers. You can go and say, and if you don't have one right now, don't let that stop you. But you could still build that partnership. Use a tent. You need a boost tent, reach out to your DCI account manager. Most of us have tents, so you can set them up in your store and help you out. But use those tents that are out there, and you could set up and say, hey, we're going to come here, give a special offer to your customers. If you happen to have an RSK kit right now, those customers are getting waived setup fees. So every customer you're activating on site, they're saving $35. Now, use your brain a little bit and think about our offers out there. Think about a BYOD, right? BYOD is getting a little more hype from Boost these days. The BYOD sale with the remote selling kit, you're telling me I can go set up on a site and offer a customer Boost Mobile unlimited talk, text, and data for $25, and that's all they got to pay me? It is with an RSK kit, and it's a BYOD. So if a customer comes in and they want to keep their own phone, we can save the money on their rate plan, switch them to Boost Mobile, no setup fee, and their bill, the $30 rate plan with autopay, only $25 a month. So that's a great way to increase your BYOD percentages, to flip quick sales, because what's quicker than just popping a SIM in a customer's phone that already has all the apps, and then boom, that's a sale, right? So RSKs are great for BYODs, and it's great for individual sales as well. But even if you don't have that kit, call your store. Call your store and say, here's the information. Have the store ring it up. There's no reason why every single one of you guys watching this can't be on site activating at stores, right? Or other businesses. Every location can be a micro boost storefront. It's only limited by your creativity and your imagination. So what are some of those ideal partnerships? Local check cashing businesses. Anytime it's a payday, I'll be talking about your check and go. Your local check and go places, anywhere that cashes checks. Hey, can we set up for your really for Boost Mobile? It's a prepaid service. I know that you guys have a lot of customers who they come here to cash checks. They're kind of prying for our prepaid business. We would love to set up and offer them a free setup fee for being a customer of ABC business, whatever that business is called, and for Boost Mobile as well. You can offer this at grocery stores, ethnic markets, convenience stores, gas stations. Do you know anyone who owns a business If you do, call them up and ask them, right? Network, barbershops, salons, laundromats are a great one. Laundromats a lot of time won't care because guess what? There's no real people in most of those laundromats. There's maybe one employee to let people in, but that's it. They will be fine. If you want to set up and draw more traffic to my laundromat and then help them on Boost as well, that's a win-win, right? Community centers, flea markets. There are so many opportunities for you guys to get out there and grow your sales outside of your four walls. I don't think we're taking advantage of them enough. So I want to bring those to you now. And it doesn't matter about it being cold, because if we're doing it in some of these grocery stores or convenience stores or check cashing places, we can even set up inside the businesses, right? Now, pitching those opportunities. So if you're going somewhere and you want to pitch, you can definitely invite your Boost account executive, your Boost account manager, or your DCI account representative. I love going and doing this kind of stuff. We'd be happy to do this with you, but highlight that mutual benefit, new traffic and revenue for the partner. So again, giving wave activation fees for all in check and go customers, or, and that's because RSK kits are offering wave activation fees. No matter what business it is, you can use that same pitch. Hey, if I can set up here at your local grocery store today, we're going to give wave activation fees for all your shoppers who are loyal to your grocery store, right? It's a simple setup. It's zero overhead. It costs nothing extra to do that. You can promote you can promote the other business while at their store as well. So kind of cross promotion, right? Say, hey, if I can set up here, I'll take your flyers, set them up at our store as well. So we'll bring business to you just like you're bringing business to us. And then if you want to, this is optional, right? But I put offer to pay. This is just best practices. So you can offer to pay. If you have a local store, hey, do you mind if we set up here? We'll give you $5 to $10, whatever you guys are comfortable with. We'll give you $5 for every activation we close. We can just set up here for 3 hours. We just want to test out, see how it goes, right? And if it's successful, come back the next week, come back the next week, come back the next week, right? So there's a lot of different ways that you guys can do this. I'm not saying you have to pay. A lot of people will let you do this for free. But sometimes when you grease the wheels, it does get some momentum. So you wanted to throw that best practice out there to you guys as well.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped using it.
Yeah. Is there a question out there?
I'm just
No worries. Okay. Okay. Now, also hosting events on the weekend. So even without an RSK kit, what is your store doing on the weekend? Events create that excitement, right? You're gonna get that energy and traffic. There's a great one coming up this weekend. So if you guys don't have anything, you could start promoting it now. Promote it on social media. Start promoting it on your Smile Dial calls. Hey, this weekend for Black Friday, we're going to have then whatever offer you want to use. You want to boost promos. You can use wave activations. You could talk to your owner if they're willing to do free accessory with every activation, but give them something special for that event. These events are fun, right? It's going to boost your team morale. It boosts motivation. And the successful events are going to strengthen your brand presence in the community. You can leverage them on your Facebook pages, on your social media, during your Smile Dial calls. So my question for you guys is, what do you have scheduled for Black Friday? If you don't have anything, it's Monday. Now, ideally, you want 2 to 3 weeks to plan for an event, so you're shorthanded. But if you're doing nothing and you start planning today, something's better than nothing, right? So start getting something scheduled today. Start promoting it today. And if you want to think farther out, think Christmas, right? If you haven't done anything for Christmas yet, let's get those Christmas events scheduled. I know DCI, we just did, I want to say over 100 events that we partnered with all you guys. And we got them all filled. So we have 100 of you guys, DCI partners, that did the buy-in for our Christmas events. So a lot of those are going to be coming up in December as well. But really, any weekend is a great opportunity for you guys to have an event at your door. And when you're having those events, as I just mentioned, most successful events are going to start 3 weeks out. Promote them consistently. If you are on a last-minute event because you're on this call right now and you didn't have anything planned for Black Friday, and you're like, oh, man, we should. Go ahead and do it now. Even though it's not 3 weeks out, let's do it now and promote it consistently. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're talking about that event every single day to every customer in your store. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, during your Smile Dial calls, you're promoting the event to every single customer you're calling. Go out and walk around. If you have a special offer, you're giving free setup fees, free activations, go tell your local businesses within a mile of your area. Own your mouth. Tell them, hey, we're doing an event this weekend. Free case and Extreme Saver for every customer who activates on Boost. And we have an iPhone for only $50. Or, whatever the case may be. Keep your team engaged and trained before the event, and then celebrate the wins. Recognition is important, guys. People get motivated in a lot of different ways. Some of your reps get motivated by money. Some of your reps get motivated by recommendation, but the little things make a big difference. A shout out to a teammate member who's having a strong performance can make a big step in keeping them motivated and keeping them wanting to sell, keeping them on top of their game. Other engagement ideas for the weekends. even if you're not having an event, but you want to just make your weekend special, right? Do a raffle. The TVs are so cheap right now. I think I just saw, I was at Walmart the other day, they have like 50-inch TVs for 85 bucks, right? So that's the cost of one activation, right? The profit wise, you're making more than that off one activation. So if you want to do a raffle, hey, come on in this weekend only. We're raffling a TV. For example, if you don't have anything planned for Black Friday, maybe get a TV for 85 bucks. Start making your small knock calls. This weekend, we're doing a raffle only for our customers who come in and activate this weekend. They will be in a drawing to win the TV. It's going to be announced on our Facebook page, and we'll stream it on social media, all that good stuff. But have those prizes available for customers to make your weekends stand out, be more exciting. You can do something like a raffle, a free TV, a free month of service, whatever you guys want to do. Run the social media check-in giveaway. So post on social media, give us a 5-star Google review. Stores that get Google reviews are going to get more traffic. If you think about where you guys shop, or even any restaurants you go to, what do? If you're in a new market, you go look at Food Near Me, right? And you look at how many reviews they have, how many 5-star Google reviews you have. That's where I'm going to go for my food. Same thing holds true in sales. Same thing holds true in Boost. If you have a bunch of Boost stores around you, they're going to go to the store with the most reviews. So are you guys driving those Google reviews? Are you asking for a 5-star Google review in store? Are you giving a care? Like, hey, if you give me a 5-star Google review, we'll give you a free case of screen protector with your activation today. These are the little things you can do to drive that engagement and really make sure you're maximizing on sales. And also do that sense of urgency. So like, for example, this weekend only, you can get 2 iPhone 16s for only $99.99, right? That's what am I talking about there? The $50 port-in price for 2 lines, right? Just talking about strictly about phone pricing. Yes, it's more than that in the end, but I need to get that customer into my store, and that's going to get them into the store. And then I can explain the other stuff and convert that to a sale. Why? Because I'm a salesperson and I'm a closer. I'm going to get them to close, right? Awesome, awesome deal for your customers. We just talked about that holiday group buy that we had 100 of your stores opt into. The reason I'm showing this, even though we are already filled up on this, is because I want you to see the kind of stuff that's available to you. So in case you miss it this time, you don't miss out on it next time. We run these all the time. There's events for Thanksgiving, events for Christmas, and there's going to be stuff coming up at the start of the new year, back to school. I mean, there's always an event. There's always something going on. So I want to make sure you guys are taking advantage of this. This one, the last one we just had, again, it is filled up now. It was $250 donation from the retailer, $300 from DCI, and you guys are getting social media promotions, 50 toys to give away. You're getting your posters, all that good stuff. So when you see things like this offered, make sure you are taking advantage of them, right? It's going to help separate your store. It's a cool thing to see and promote on your social media, and it's really fun for your customers. And they remember that. Customers remember, oh, like if a kid gets a toy at Christmas from your store, that's the Boost store. I went there and got that basketball from at Christmas, right? These things really do matter, and they don't cost a lot. Also, make sure you're tracking your metrics on the weekend. We want to make sure no one walks out without a sale. So let's look at that conversion rate. How many traffic came in based on how many activations? Did we see an increase in our conversion rate? How do we do in our multi-line sales? Did we get more add lines than we do on a normal day? Were we heavily pitching add lines to every customer that walked in our door? How was our accessory attach rate? How was our remote sales kit? Did we get any leads or activations? How did we perform week over week? How do we do last Friday and Saturday versus this Friday and Saturday? Did we get a lift? Because we always want to be better than our previous performance. If you're, like I said on the team call last week, if you're a store that does, let's say 40, 50 gross ads a month, and you get 1 extra gross ad every single month because you're always improving, that 50 can go to 62 this year. Next year can go 62 to 84, right? And that keeps going higher and higher. Always beat your best. And then management checklist. So on the weekends, have the managers on this call. Make sure you're having the daily huddle before you guys open. Role assignments. Hey, you're gonna be make sure you greet every customer within 5 seconds. Our demo specialist. Make sure you demo these features on the demo phones for every customer walk in. And the closer. Do not let that customer walk out of our door without a sale, no matter what. Make sure that customer buys today. Review your daily goals, know the promos, know your bundle pricing, and then monitor your wait times and customer flows. If you're seeing something that looks out of whack, like these customers are waiting too long, see what you can do to step in and help. Do we need more staffing? What is it that's holding up? Is there a process that's on hold? Is there a system issue? Make sure you're monitoring the customer wait time. Make your customers feel acknowledged. Make them feel special. Make your store feel like a home. For the owners, make sure that staffing's right, the incentives are there. You want to promote that culture of urgency and sales focus. It's a nobody walks weekend, right? We want to make sure that culture is starting to be built. That mindset is starting to be built. That Friday, Saturday, it's an everyday mentality, but especially on the weekends, no one is walking out of my store without a sale. And it support those RSK with partnership development. Put someone in charge of it. Hey, who did you partner with this week? What opportunities do we have? What business are we going to go to? What do you have set up for next week? And then reward strong weekend execution. Again, that recognition piece is key. All right, putting it all together, guys. Weekends are the highest opportunity. Every customer has to get engaged. We want to maximize every door swing. Nobody walks out without a purchase. You can drive traffic using the RSK partnerships where available. Again, if you don't have an RSK kit and are interested in them, please reach out to us and we can help point you in the right direction. And then execute with energy, consistency, and confidence. A smile is free, guys. When a customer walks into your door, a smile and a greeting can make such a huge difference in someone's life. Make sure you're giving them that energy that makes them feel welcome, that makes your store stand out, and makes them want to come back to you each and every month. All right, guys, this one's a little bit quick. Got a little bit of time left. Got 5 minutes left for any questions. We want to make every weekend a no walk weekend, and I know you guys can execute on that. So with that, we will open it up. Are there any questions at this time? All right. Well, hey, since I got you guys a couple minutes early, I just want to say thank you so much from DCI. You have to us to all of you, especially during Thanksgiving week. I just wanted to give my thanks to everyone on this call. Thank you for everything you're doing for our customers, for the Boost business. You guys are the ones that make all this work. So I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much from all of us at DCI. We really appreciate all your efforts. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great week.